Hi, I'm Matt with UploadLetters. So what we're going to show you today is how to send a certified letter. So if you want to avoid going to the post office and send a certified letter online, we're going to show you an easy way to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to log into the UploadLetters application, and we're going to click on send letter. So obviously there's a number of ways that you can send out a letter using the application, but we're going to choose add manually. So this is mainly used for just sending a single letter, can be used for sending multiple letters. But the way it works is we can upload a PDF, or we can drag and drop it here on the screen. We can select as many PDFs as we want, or up to 10, I guess I should say. So if you have maybe a cover letter and then you have maybe some exhibits that go along with that letter, you can attach, like I said, up to 10 attachments, and we'll combine that into one mailing. So we're going to go ahead and go with our one attachment, and we're going to click next. And on the next screen, it's going to give us the opportunity to either add an address to our batch from an address book, or we can add a recipient just manually. So if we wanted to type in the recipient's name, we can go in here and we could select Spencer Tyler. There's certain things you can type in here, like the unique ID. That would be any internal number that you use, whether it's a case matter number or an internal reference number that you can use later on to track this certified letter. You can also use a letter ID. That's an optional field. Again, it doesn't appear on the letter itself, but it is something that you can use in the platform later on to track what you're sending out. So we're going to go ahead and add Spencer Tyler to this batch. And again, we can add more recipients to this batch if they were going to receive that same letter. But if we're satisfied with the one recipient, we'll click next. And then we're going to go through some screens. The first one is the return address. So I would imagine you're probably only going to need to set this up once. Once that's set up, then you never have to do it again. So we're going to click next. And from here, we can select our mailing options. So with certified mail, there's two different ways to send it. Certified mail only, that doesn't have a return receipt. And then the second way is certified mail with return receipt electronic, which once it's delivered to the intended recipient, you receive a signature from the post office, which replaces that old-fashioned green card that would come back to you. It's also less expensive from a postage standpoint. So we're going to select certified mail with return receipt electronic. By default, one of the things to note here is that we send everything next day. So if you send us a order by 11:59 p.m. Central Time, we're going to mail it out that very next business day. However, if you do select the same day mailing option from this screen, and it's before 11 a.m. Central Time, then we will mail it that same business day. So we add $1 to each letter that requires same day. So again, it's not by default, but if you ever need it, it's there for you. So we can select different options, how we want this mailed, single-sided versus double-sided, black and white versus color. We can also add a mailing affidavit or return envelope, pre-addressed, pre-stamped return envelope if we want to. So from here, we'll click next. And then this will bring us to our letter preview page. So this is the final page before we place our order. So we can go in here and we can view an image of what we're going to mail out. So this is what we uploaded, our letter. And then you'll notice the first page is always going to be our cover page. So this is what shows through the window of the envelope and ultimately what's going to get mailed out. You're also going to have a copy of this image, and we'll show you in the tracking once we place this order for 7 years in case you ever need it. You can download this image or come back to the UploadLetters application and view it. So we'll click next. And this will take us to our order summary page. So it's going to give us a summary of our order, and we could either pay with a credit card at checkout, or what a lot of our law firm or property management clients and other businesses that use the UploadLetters application, if you have multiple users that are sending out letters, you can add, and you can see the wallet balance here. We have a little over $4,000. So if you want to add anything over $10, $10, $25, $50, $100, and that way many users can access the same wallet balance, or you can pay with each order with a credit card. So however you want to do it. So we just paid with our wallet, so you can see how easy it was. We just placed our order for certified mail, and if this is on a given business day, it's going to be mailed out the very next business day. So now if we go and look at batches, we can see that order that we just placed, which is in processing. So that's going to go from processing to printed and then ultimately mailed. And once it's mailed, you're going to start to see tracking information. So let's go ahead and pull up a letter that we've previously sent. This is actually a batch of 2 letters. You see both were sent certified mail with return receipt electronic, and then we can go in here and we can see all the USPS history. So on the very first scan you're going to get is on the day of mailing, this acceptance scan, which is really your proof that you mailed this on a business day and you did your job to make sure that this was sent out. It was accepted, entered the mail stream at the USPS, and so you'll have this for your records. The other thing you're going to have is the letter image, which we just kind of showed you when we saw the letter preview. So this is the actual image of your letter as it's going to be mailed out. So again, you can access this at any time after the mailing for your records. And then the last piece is going to be the return receipt. So if you do choose return receipt for certified mail, you're going to get this PDF, which comes from the post office. It is the equivalent to the old-fashioned green card that you would get coming physically back to you in the mail if it didn't get lost. So again, this is similar to the letter image and the tracking information. This is going to be stored in the platform for 7 years if you ever need it. So hopefully that was helpful. We added in the description, if you want to sign up and create an account, we'll usually add a credit so you can send a few letters on us and test out the application. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach us at support@uploadletters.com.